there's this bunch of conflicting requirements that are all converging on the CTO. What are some of the tips you have in the book to help CTOs handle and navigate these different pressures that are coming at them all the time?
There's two lessons I think I'll call out from the book. The first is don't treat technology as a religion, right? Think of technology as each particular tool, React or Angular or whatever framework you're looking at. They're just tools at the end of the day to get a job done. And before you can make a good decision about my team is pressuring me to adopt this new tool, do we do it or do we not? The first question you have to ask yourself is, well, what does the business actually need? Does the business need a cutting edge, globally distributed non-SQL data store? Or can we get away just fine with some super cheap Postgres box somewhere, which will be simpler, have better library support, have better documentation, so on and so forth. I advocate in the book, I reference a pattern called boring technology, that in most cases, the boring answer is the right answer for the business. And in general, your job as a CTO is to optimize for what's right for the business. At some point, you're optimizing for morale on the team. You're trying to hire the smartest, most creative people, and giving them opportunities to work with the new and shiny tool is part of motivating the team. But you have to balance that with what does the business actually need. And certainly early on at a startup, it's a relatively low priority, giving the team the shiny new tools just for morale's sake. Instead, you're focusing on what's going to get the job done again for that near-term time horizon. And the second piece when it comes to working with stakeholders is you're optimizing for, at the end of the day, velocity is what you're trying to ship for. And the way you unlock velocity is you focus on what allows the team itself to move quickly. You're not focusing on the outcome of velocity. You're focusing on the input metrics to velocity. And what are the inputs that enable developers to go quickly? Well, they have good tools. Their tools are laid out in an organized way. When you pick up a tool that actually works. So to make that concrete, code base is reasonably organized. It's reasonably well documented, something AI can help with quite tremendously nowadays. The test suite is reasonably reliable. It doesn't flake. When a developer picks up a code base to add a feature to an application, their path to go from I got this ticket to I have the application running to I can make my change to I can test my change is relatively straightforward. They're not going on side quests. They're able to actually get the work done that they tried to get done. And so the developer experience ultimately is a very strong input metric to velocity. So if I'm working with CEO who's saying, well, why is this thing not going faster? I can feel confident, well, it's because of the fundamental nature of the thing we're trying to build, not because we're tripping over our own feet because we can't have our testing in order, so on and so forth.